Welcome to a gentle journey through the Burgundy region of France. This trip is designed for travelers who crave unhurried experiences and want to explore a country beyond the major cities. In this video, we'll follow a 10-day itinerary through Burgundy, one of France's most storied wine regions, nestled in the heart of the country. Many of its vineyards are recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Burgundy is more than its wine. It's also known for its robust gastronomy, serene countryside, and medieval towns that carry centuries of tradition in their stone streets. Whether you're drawn to charming canals, Romanesque architecture, or quiet mornings overlooking vine-covered hills, Burgundy highlights a slower, more soulful way to experience France. Let's begin our journey. We start in Dijon, a city defined by elegant Gothic architecture, atmospheric squares, and a deep love for food and wine. After arriving by train or car, spend your first day wandering the historic center. Head first to the 14th-century palace of the Dukes of Burgundy, a grand complex that once served as the seat of the powerful Valois dukes. The Philippe le Bon Tower features a panoramic view over Dijon's tiled roofs. Just a few steps away is the Church of Notre Dame, one of the finest examples of early Gothic architecture in Burgundy. Its exquisite facade is lined with rows of carved gargoyles. Inside you'll find centuries-old stained glass and a hushed, dimly lit nave. Look for the small carved owl on the outside wall. Local custom says that touching the owl with your left hand brings good luck. Nearby is the Dijon Cathedral, the twin-towered Romanesque Gothic church built over an impressive early Christian crypt dating back more than 1,000 years. Dijon is also famous for its culinary specialties. Traditional dishes such as bœuf bourguignon, coq au vin, and escargots, often paired with the region's celebrated wines. On day 2, we'll learn more about what makes Dijon special. In the morning, step inside Les Halles, Dijon's famous covered market. It's vibrant, colorful, and filled with the smells of fresh bread, époisse cheeses, and seasonal produce. Many stalls give tastings, and of course you can't leave without sampling or taking home a jar of Dijon's legendary mustard. After the market, visit the Musée des Beaux-Arts, located inside the Ducal Palace. Its galleries and sculptures offer a calm, reflective experience. From here, step into Place de la Libération, one of Dijon's most inviting squares. It's a lovely spot to enjoy a coffee, watch the fountains, and take in the harmony of the surrounding architecture. Later, follow the Owl Trail, an easy, self-guided walking route that takes you past 22 of the city's winsome streets and landmarks. It's marked by small bronze owl plaques set into the pavement. To finish the day, head to the Musée de la Vie Bourguignonne, an ethnographic museum housed in a 17th-century convent. Its exhibits reveal daily life in Burgundy and provide a memorable, atmospheric end to your time in Dijon. It's day 3, and we head to Beaune. A car is the best way to take in one of the most beautiful drives in France, the Route des Grands Crus. At 28 miles or 45 kilometers, it's not a great distance, but you'll want to take your time. Vineyards stretch in perfectly aligned rows on both sides of the road. You'll see stone vineyard walls, ancient domains, and small chapels tucked between the vines. Along the way, consider stopping in a few of the region's most iconic towns. The village of Gevery-Chambertin, known as the King of Burgundy Reds, pairs perfectly with Vosne-Romanee. This is a must-see for wine lovers and home to some of the world's most sought-after vineyards, including Romanée-Conti. Nuits-Staint-Georges is a lively little town well-suited for a lunch break or a wine tasting. The town center has cafes, wine shops, and a pleasant pedestrian area. Aloxe-Corton, just before Beaune, sits at the foot of the hill of Corton. The circular walk around the hill is especially picturesque. At the end of the route, arrive in Beaune, a timeless medieval town surrounded by ramparts. In the evening, take some time to wander the old streets. Begin day 4 with a visit to Beaune's most iconic building, the Hôtel Dieu. Its patterned roof tiles glow in the sunlight, and its legacy as a charitable hospital stretches back to the 1400s. Inside, you'll find muted halls, original rooms, and beautiful wooden beds where patients were once cared for. Afterward, continue exploring Beaune's heritage with a stop at La Moutarderie Fallot, a genuine mustard mill where you can learn about the centuries-old techniques behind Burgundy mustard. Tastings are often available, giving you a chance to compare classic varieties with modern twists. Or visit Château de Savigny-les-Beaunes, a 14th-century fortified castle with a surprising and fascinating interior. Its extensive collections, ranging from vintage motorcycles to 20th-century fighter planes, fill the courtyards, barns, and vaulted rooms. It's an unforgettable stop that blends 15th-century architecture with unexpected curiosities. Check out the Caves Patriarche, known for its extensive network of atmospheric underground cellars. Visitors can walk through vaulted passageways filled with aging bottles. It's a full day of wandering, flavor, and exploration, an ideal way to experience Beaune and its surroundings. Day 5 brings a shift in scenery as you leave Beaune's vineyards and head about 45 minutes west to the town of Autun. Autun is a lesser-known gem, rich with Roman and medieval heritage. Wander through the ancient Roman gates, Porte d'Arrou and Porte Saint-André. Then, step inside the Cathedral of Saint-Lazare, where luminous stained glass and sculpted stone arches create a harmonious, timeless atmosphere. Don't miss the cathedral's famous tympanum by Gislibertus, often considered one of the greatest masterpieces of Romanesque sculpture. You can also explore the impressive remains of the Roman theatre, one of the world's largest. Or stroll up to the Temple of Janus, a tall, mysterious structure standing alone in the fields just outside town. From Autun, continue south for about an hour through rolling hills and farmland until you reach Cluny. This is a town with a subtle charm and a remarkable history as the heart of one of Europe's most influential monasteries. In the morning on day 6, visit the remains of the Cluny Abbey, once the largest church in the Western world. Although much of the abbey was dismantled after the French Revolution, the surviving portions, its soaring transept, grand portals, and graceful monastic buildings, still carry the weight and silence of centuries. After exploring the main complex, take some time to wander through Cluny's historic center, where narrow streets lead to half-timbered houses and Middle Ages towers such as the Tour de Fromage. Visit the Ochier, a museum of art and archaeology. It showcases remarkable Romanesque sculptures, manuscripts, and artifacts inside a beautifully preserved 15th-century abbot's palace. When you're ready, set out on a countryside walk. Cluny is surrounded by gentle, winding trails that take you past fields, churches, and old stone walls. You can choose a short loop close to town, or follow a longer route that leads toward small hamlets, Romanesque chapels, and shaded woodland paths. One particularly scenic option follows part of the ancient Chemin des Moines, a solemn route once used by monks traveling between abbeys. Whether you walk for an hour or an afternoon, the landscapes around Cluny offer a peaceful, casual way to experience rural Burgundy. Start day 7 with a 20-minute drive from Cluny to the Château de Cormatin, a 17th-century castle surrounded by water and manicured gardens. The rooms inside are richly decorated, but it's the gardens and long pathways that truly invite you to pause and savor the surroundings. After your visit, continue 40 minutes to the riverside town of Mâcon. Mâcon has a relaxed, sunlit atmosphere, with pastel buildings and calm waterfront promenades along the Saône. Spend a leisurely afternoon wandering the Old Town, where you can admire the colorful facades. Stop at the Maison de Bois, a remarkable 15th-century half-timbered house carved with whimsical figures. A short stroll away is the Saint-Pierre Church, with its striking twin towers, and the Esplanade Lamartine, a tranquil riverside walkway. From here, you can enjoy gorgeous views over the Saône. Cross the Pont Saint-Laurent, one of the oldest bridges on the river, for a picturesque perspective back toward town. If you have time, step into Musée des Ursulines, set in a former convent, to browse its small but thoughtful art and archival collections. Or simply settle at a café terrace along the riverfront and savor a glass of local Mâconnais wine. Use day 8 to explore southern Burgundy, starting with a 30-minute drive from Mâcon to Tournus. Abbaye Saint-Philibert, one of France's best-preserved complexes, is Tournus's main site. Its large, simple nave, solid stone pillars, and 11th-century crypt show the clarity of early Romanesque design. A walk through the cloister garden and adjoining buildings helps you picture what daily life once looked like within these walls. Then, head into the surrounding wine villages of Viray-Classé or Pouilly-Fuissé. This area is one of France's most famous wine regions, so it's a good place for a wine tasting. In Viray-Classé, look for small family-run domains clustered around Viray or Classé. They often welcome visitors for intimate tastings. Pouilly-Fuissé is the most prestigious white wine area in southern Burgundy. In villages such as Solutré or Vergisson, many domains have tasting rooms with sweeping views of the limestone cliffs, including the iconic Roche de Solutré. Return to Mâcon for a final evening along the water. On day 9 we head to Lyon, about an hour's ride either by train or car. Lyon is a lively city known for its gastronomic culture and storied neighborhoods. Spend your afternoon wandering the Presqu'île, the central peninsula between the Rhône and Saône rivers. This area is easy to explore on foot, with broad 19th-century squares like Place Bellecour and Place des Terreaux. You'll see elegant shopping streets, charming fountains, and pleasant riverfront walkways. If time allows, head up to Fourvière Hill to visit the ancient theaters of Fourvière, a pair of well-preserved Roman sites that once hosted performances and public gatherings. Close by is the Basilique Notre-Dame de Fourvière. Together they provide excellent views over the city and a glimpse into its Roman past. For dinner, choose a typical Lyonnaise bouchon, a cozy, informal restaurant serving classic Lyonnais dishes. Local specialties include quenelle, saucisson brioché, pike dumplings in sauce, tablier de sapeur, andouillette, and the city's signature praline tart for dessert. It's a perfect way to end the day. On your final morning, explore Vieux-Lyon, one of Europe's most well-preserved Renaissance districts. Here you'll find narrow lanes, warm stone facades, and the many famous traboules. These hidden passageways were once used by silk workers to move goods discreetly through the neighborhood. Be sure to visit St. John's Cathedral, known for its impressive astronomical clock and blend of Gothic and Romanesque architecture. Afterward, stroll the riverbank, or stop at a cafe for a farewell pastry before you travel onward. Thanks for joining me on this slow and meaningful journey through Burgundy. Over 10 days we've wandered medieval abbeys, riverside towns, vineyard landscapes, and historic cities. We've felt the quiet charm of Cluny and the Mâconnais villages, and the cultural richness of Dijon and Lyon. Burgundy is special for its perfect blend of history, culture, and cuisine, set amidst some of France's most beautiful and tranquil landscapes. If you enjoyed this itinerary, please subscribe, like, and share it with others you know who prefer immersive travel in lesser-known destinations. See you in the next Travel Top 10 video, where we'll explore another unforgettable 10-day itinerary in a different corner of Europe.